What's up, guys? And today I think I'm gonna do a settings video on R6. And basically, at the end of the day, guys, it's all personal preference, and I'm just gonna show you all what I like. Maybe there's some things that y'all don't have that you might want to copy. I'm not really sure, or you may just be a stud and just have everything perfect in your own eyes. So today let's go through it. We'll get more to like over in this area, but really most of this is just personal preference. I do like the stun dark instead of white. Essentially all this is when you're stunned, instead of a big white glare in your fucking face, like you're getting fucking just flashbanged in a fucking Modern Warfare lobby or some bullshit, you get like a dark screen. It's not as hurtful on your eyes, especially if you're playing in the dark or something. Tinnitus, you want it unmuted. If you have it on wave or ring, you're a fucking troll. Diffuser pickup, I like both, just because like if I'm in a scenario where I can't just like walk up on it, I can pick it up, and then if I'm in a scenario where I'm having to like be ready for a gunfight, I can just hover right over it and it will pick it up automatically. So that's why I like both. I like to have my throw trajectory on, just so you know wherever you're throwing, where it's gonna land essentially. And then drone after prep, keep that on manual. I've seen some semi-automatic, but you're a real G if you use manual. Match replay, you don't need that. Text channel, I just have it on all so I can see what everybody's typing. But you could do it just for your team or whatever. But I mean, you can also just like tap T and Y just to get to your team section anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And then crossplay communication on, so I mean, your console people can communicate with you. Because not many people on console know that you can actually type with PC players. It's in a setting in accessibility that you can turn on. But okay, now let's get a HUD. Custom, because this is customized. Compass on, but you want your compass simplified, because if it's advanced, it's just a lot bigger than it could be with simplified. When it's simplified, it's a lot cleaner. You don't notice it as much. It's not in your way, so it's kind of it is personal preference, but it's definitely better to have it simplified. Current location, I mean, at the end of the day, this is all personal preference, but I'm pretty sure most of this is all on. You can pause the video or whatever. I keep my action reminders default. Diffuser reminder, yeah, I mean you can turn it off, but I mean I like to know sometimes. I mean sometimes I'd be too locked in. I'm just too locked in, man, and I need a word, you know, someone to tell me, or just so I can see that hey motherfucker, here's your reminder, you know what I mean? I just need that reminder. Reload reminder, I would not recommend turning this off, just because like you would have to like check, or you just have to be a real G to know how many bullets you have, but like you would have to check, and I don't know, it's just nice to have that reload reminder. Crosshairs on, yeah, I mean this is just all on, except for this bands. I don't need this. This is basically like, so if you've ever seen kind of like at the top of your screen right here in the top right, where like it just says these random names that are getting banned, it's a little annoying sometimes, so I like to have that off so I don't have to see it. And I don't need to see this like after I kill every single body. Like I can just look up, like come on, I don't need that this big font. I don't need to see that big font. And then operator guides, I know all the operators and what they do. I don't need the guide, but if you need the guide, go for it. But I personally do not. Now we're on to audio. English, do whatever language you're comfortable with. Subtitles off. I used to have them on. I mean, it's completely up to you. I don't know why people hate on the subtitles. It's not that bad. Dynamic range low. I've seen where people use high, and I don't know. Low, I'm just used to the old night mode, and that's kind of what low is classified as, and I believe high is the old hi-fi. I could be wrong though. I believe it's hi-fi though. But I just like the night mode. I've always liked night mode when I first started playing this game, so definitely low. And then tonight is muted. We already went over that. Master volume, I have it on 100. Do whatever you want. I have a buddy that plays like as low as this, you know, but I keep it 100. I like it. I want to hear everything, you know what I mean? And then in-game sound effects, you can adjust that, but I like to have it pretty high so I can know. In-game music, don't need to be hearing all that. Menu music, don't need to be hearing all that. You can adjust this all you want. It's just basically what you're hearing when you're scrolling through. That's all that is. My voiceover presets is team focused. I used to have it on maximum, but I switched to team focus. Like, because I feel like team focus, it just like gives you everything that you need. Like, you don't need all that extra stuff. It just gives you the exact amount you need. And then the in-game announcer, you can have them on or off. I keep them on, but I'd probably recommend turning them off. But I don't know. It's just completely up to you. Whatever bugs you and does not bug you. Personally, it doesn't bug me. I like it. It's not that bad. And then this just does not matter. It does not matter at all. And yeah, this is my voice chat. Just mess with it because like some people need more input. I haven't really tested this out for sure, so I can't say this is the right shit for me. I can't say. I haven't really tested it out. I'm not really a talker. I'm more of a typer in chat, but if I have to talk, I will. But so far, I have not had to. Because I just playing casually, and no one cares about casually. But yeah, I mean, just mess with it how you want. The sensitivity, like if you have it too low, it may be too loud, but if you have it too high, you might not get anything, I believe, or it might be the other way around. I'm not sure, but I believe it's too high, no one will hear you, and then if it's too low, it'll just be too loud. So I bet I could be wrong on that. I'm not really sure, but that's what I believe it is. But yeah, just kind of find that out for yourselves. Do a little test with it, like a custom match or something. I don't know, with a friend or something. Not really sure, but okay. Let's go to the fun stuff. Let's go to the display settings. Okay, I have a 5070. And I will go like this, like graphics that you could have if you have a higher card, and I could go higher, but I like. But I will get into that. I have a 5070. This is my monitor. Have this as high as your resolution can go. So if you have 1440p, it'd be higher. I use full screen. You can use whatever you want. I recommend full screen though, but it just depends on what you have running in the background and stuff. I guess, I don't know. Refresh rate, put that on max as possible. I have a 280 Hz monitor, so obviously 280 Hz. Aspect ratio, I run 4:3. You can run 16 by. Honestly, these are the only three I'd recommend: 4:3, 16 by 10, or 16 by 9. Nothing else. Just personal preference at the end of the day, but. Okay, so if you don't know what 4:3 is, it basically, the people that don't run 4:3 make fun of you. They say, "Oh, well, you're not good at hitting heads," or something like that. But what 4:3 does is it makes everything wider. Like, so it will make enemies look fat, pretty much. It basically looks like a bunch of gridlocks running around. Nah, playing, but it makes them fatter. It makes them fatter, essentially. So it's easier to get hit scans on them. It's easier to hit them. And then and then these would be like they're gonna be skinnier, but it's not gonna be as wide as 4.3. So yeah, but I like it wide. Whoa, pause. My bad. Whoa, ooh, went too far there. But yeah, I just like 4.3. I'd test around with those three, but I believe 4.3 is the go-to. VSync off. Do not. This is just gonna cap your frames. It's FPS limit. Hell no. Widescreen letterbox. Okay. I haven't tested this out, but I've heard before that it's not bad if you can get used to it. But personally, I wouldn't like it, because what it does is it will render it in 16:9, but it adds black bars on the sides of your screen. And it's kind of meant for like a cinematic experience, as it says here, but I have heard from a source, I will shout them out. Shout out Bolo on his settings video. He did say it. I watch people's different settings videos all the time, but yeah, he did say it's not bad if you get used to it. But personally, I'm not running that. I'm not like that. I don't want that. I don't want none of that. Stay away from the black bars. And field of view 90. I've seen where people like run like 84 or some shit like that on 4.3 because they like the 1.0 scope. You will be literally in your fucking screen, but I'm usually pretty close to my screen anyways. But I like 90. I'm gonna be honest. And then like I just can't. I don't know what it is, but I just do not like the 1.0 far away on 4.3. I don't like it. The 1.0 far away is just terrible. 1.0 close, amazing. But just far away, it's just terrible for me. I can't. My aim is usually just like off, and I don't know. It just feels wrong. It's just, I don't know. Just something I got to work on personally. But and then these don't really matter. I keep it 84. You can turn it as low as you want. It doesn't really matter. My brightness. Now this will be different for y'all. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I came from console, and I'd run bright setting. I'd run like 75 or something. And I was like, oh yeah, it would apply for here too. Do not. Your monitor, like settings and stuff, and like all that fun jazz stuff, it's gonna be a lot different on your screen. And then I will say other monitors are different than other monitors, so don't copy anybody else because other monitors are different unless you all have the same exact monitor. But I have found 60 is the right one for me on my monitor settings, and I've messed with my monitor settings as well. So, but 60 is right for me because like sometimes things would be too bright or too low, but also the new visual settings are kind of ass for me. Like some doorways are just full white. I can't see anything through them. It's terrible. I hope they fix it one day. But yeah, I like 60. Okay, here's my graphics. So I run on because I have a pretty good. This game is very CPU based, I will say, but I have a really good CPU and a pretty good, decent graphics card. So I run on, but you can run. I've ran on Plus Boost. I personally, people say like on Plus Boost messes with their PC and stuff like that. I usually run on Plus Boost on most of my games, but on this game I switched from on Plus Boost to on. But I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I didn't notice. There was nothing wrong with me running on Plus Boost. Nothing at all. Everything worked fine. So I don't know what other people are talking about. I think they're tripping. But I'm on. But I was just gonna say on Plus Boost, it's not a death trap. It may be for you, but for me it was not. And if you got a lower end PC, I would definitely try it. Overall quality, custom. Texture quality, I keep it low. I've had it very high before and stuff. I mean, just run low. You don't need to be seeing all that crazy mumbo jumbo. You just need to be able to see what's around you and your opponent and just shit on them. I mean, like, come on, we don't need all that fun stuff. And then texture VRAM limit. I've seen where people run low, but I run maximum. I have a good graphics card, CPU, whatever. But I mean, if you want to run low, it won't put as much strain on your graphics card. Texture filtering linear. Most people run linear. I recommend running linear. I mean, most of these settings, most people still run no matter the PC. I run ultra. I've had low. I've medium. I've tried it all. I like ultra. Shading quality. We don't need to be seeing all that stuff. I think this is like, I could be wrong, but I think it's like, so if you aim in at something that's very far away, I can't remember if it's like the higher it is, like the more it will render, and lower. But I mean, like, motherfucker, you don't need to see a vase that's far away. You need to be finding your opponent. But I could be, I know one of those settings do that. But, and then shadow quality, I keep it medium. I'd probably run high. I wouldn't run ultra. I would be, if I were y'all, it just depends on what you want, either very high or medium. I've seen people run low, but I think medium is the sweet spot. But you can try, but I would not try ultra. Ultra, no, that's just too much. Reflection's low. I don't need to see my own fucking reflection. I'm not looking in a mirror. No. This might be what I was talking about. But like, look what it says. Adjust the quality of in-game visual effects like particles, decals, debris, or dust. Guys, come on. Do you think you need to be seeing all that? No. Put that shit on low. Y'all don't need to be seeing that. Ambient occlusion, I turn that off. I recommend off. Stay off. Lens effects, off. Basically, what this does is, if I were to recommend anything, I would either do bloom or off. But I run off. But what it does is, like, some charms shine. So if I have it off, it won't be as shiny and as distracting, essentially. And then zoom and depth off. Just keep all this off. Just keep it off. You don't need it. Turn it off, please. Alright, now let's go to my controls. Drone speed boost on, raw input, mouse and keyboard. You want this on. You don't want no delay. You don't want any delay when you're pressing, like, your inputs. I run 6.6. Now you might be like, oh, that's so slow. That's so slow. Well, that's where a multiplier comes in. You need a multiplier, guys. If you don't know how to do that, I will try to run it through as quick as possible. I will not show it, but I will try to run it through. I believe. You know what? I will show y'all. I will show y'all. You go to My Games, Rainbow Six Siege, click whatever file you have, Game Settings, and then you're gonna scroll down. Let me see if I can't find it. Okay, and then it's gonna be right here, Mouse Sensitivity Multiplier. I have it on 0.02. I believe the default's like 0.0002 or some shit like that. Yeah, I run it on 0.02. Now I will say my sensitivity is slow, but it's not that slow. But if you can really get used to it, you'll be. I'm telling you, you'll be chilling. It's really good. But yeah, I run 0.02. That's how you change your multiplier, and you just click on it, and then you do whatever you want. But be careful with that. That's all I will say. Just be careful. Okay. Now back where was I? Okay, and then my ADS sensitivity is 1.0 is 37, and my 2.5 is 61, and then obviously these don't matter in my personal opinion. I just run ACOG and 1.0 scopes. But yeah, 61 and 37. I like this on mouse scroll personally. This is my preference. I don't like having to press a button to. I'm a simple guy. I don't like having to press extra buttons just to change my weapon. I like to hit the scroll wheel. Now, some people like to disable because they accidentally hit the scroll wheel, and I know a lot of people do. But personally, I don't. I don't make that mistake, and I'm not trying to show off or anything, but I don't. And if anything, it's very beneficial for me. But I will say sometimes if you like scroll too hard or like too far, it will switch. Like if you're like using, I don't know, like an R4C or something, you're like, okay, my R4C needs to reload, I'm switching my pistol. If you scroll too hard or like too far or whatever, it will switch back to the primary. It'll do like a full loop. So just be careful doing that. Gadget deployment advanced. Do not use standard. Keep it advanced. Drone deployment advanced. Because what you're going to do, if it's in standard, as soon as you throw that drone, it's going to automatically put you in there. You don't want that. Because if you throw a drone, someone might swing you. Right? So what you want to do is you can use this as bait. Now it's on advanced. You can like bait a drone out and then you can swing them or whatever the case may be. And honestly, it's better because like if you throw it, you can like kind of see what's going on and then maybe get on your drone. You know what I mean? Have someone hold you or whatever. But yeah, advanced is the only way. You don't want to be automatically on cams every time you throw it. Aim, hold. I will say I've seen people do on toggle, and it's not bad. I've actually tried it a little bit. It's not bad, but it takes a lot to get used to. And I will say it's been a factor. It's beneficial for the people that are kind of like a run-in guy that needs to aim pretty fast. That's what you need. But I'm a slow player, and I just like it hold. Lean, toggle. I've seen people hold. I will say hold is better for like leaning mechanics, but once you're used to toggle, it's pretty easy on anything really on leaning mechanics wise. And once you just play the game more, toggle is the better way to go. Sprint, hold, don't toggle that. I do crouch toggle. I've seen where people do crouch hold. Personally, I came from console, so I'm used to toggling, and I like it toggling. Prone is it's the same kind of way, and I don't want to be having to hold fucking prone, you know, because I do like the drops. I don't want to be doing that. And then walk, hold, obviously. I guess we can do controller. I didn't really have any things, but I would do 65, 75, and then here's my controller ADS sensitivity. It's nothing special. But okay, now let's go back to my mouse controls to kind of show y'all what I run. For the most part, everything's still standard, but I will kind of like walk through what I use. Okay, so these are all standard. Now, usually crouch is on C. Or no. Prone is on C. No. Yeah. Okay, crouch is usually on C. I've switched that to control, and then my prone is C. It's just what I like personally. C, my prone C, and then to crouch it's control. Okay, and then my slow walk is my top mouse button. I believe it's 5. Yeah, I believe it's my top mouse. Yeah, it's my top mouse button. So like basically what this is, it will slow walk, so it's a little quieter than just like holding W, if that makes sense. But obviously you have to hold a W and that while you're doing it. I believe that's what I do. In the shoe aim, we all know that. Mumbo jumbo reload is R. We all know that. Melee V. To interact, it's F. And then my gadget. Okay, so I believe it's normally G. I could be wrong. My secondary I believe it's normally G, but I switched that to mouse button 4, my back button, and I love it. I love being able to just click that button and just like throw a flash or stuff like that, personally. And then to deploy a drone, I've changed it to 1, and then enter oscillation 2 is 2. Not many people change this. I personally wanted to change it. And these are obviously undefined. Ping okay, so this is like pinging like yellow markers, like yellow pings. Z. I use Z, and then to switch my ability, like if you're using Hibana, like and you have to like switch to like from 6 to 4 to whatever that may be, I use B. Drop diffuser, it's X. I'd be careful with that. Sometimes I actually drop it on accident, but not too bad. And then change my operator. So I got tired of hitting like 7 or whatever the hell it was. Like if I was like practicing like a death match or whatever the case may be, or like an actual match when I want to change the operator because they have like a counter or something, I need to counter them back or something like that. I normally this is like your secondary gadget kind of thing, I believe. I was like, well, now that that's changed and this has no keybind, I might as well change it to something that's pretty close to my fingers, and I did G because I mean it wasn't being used, so I found a use for it. That's pretty much all standard. The scan and any like red ping and stuff like that, and just like scan stuff. It's hold X. It's just kind of cycling through. Yeah, this is all the same. Yeah, none of this is important. Not at all. Yeah, none of this is important at all. But yeah, that's it controls wise. And then my privacy settings, you can do whatever. Just kind of up to you. I will say this: if you're like streaming and you don't want to get like Q sniped, stream sniped, whatever, do this. So it's a little harder for them to guess like your region. And then like also, I believe in accessibility. There's like a like you can add like a Q delay. And they would have to like guess the Q delay or whatever, but I mean that's up to you if you want to delay. Just any way to make it harder for stream snipers, I guess. But yeah, screen shake off. What are you doing? If you have it on anything but off, like what are we doing? Motion blur, up to you. I have it on, but I've switched between them. I just like on. Dark glare, we know this, we know this, we know this. My team cut, I've changed my colors. I'm purple, the enemy team color is green, and then I've kept these default. And then my optic color is neon green on 100 opacity. I have ran light purple on like 75 or 70, whatever, and it's good. White can be good, red's usually pretty good. Teal's pretty good, turquoise, whatever. But I would say probably purple or neon green, I would say, is the most I've used. I personally can't get into the black or whites. And then the reds can be good, but I like green because I feel like the eye like really focuses on green better and at a faster pace as well. And then I keep it on 100 opacity. And then this is just for the chats, last but not least. Kind of up to you. Okay, what is wrong with my shit? Okay. There we go, fix that. I keep it opaque because on anything else, I swear, like, because I'm not really focused on the chat because I'm pretty close to my screen. I'm not really focused down here, so I like it opaque. So it kind of like you know, it just gets my attention better, I guess. And chat scale 90. I like it there. It's not too big, not too small. My personal opinions, and then just off on this. But yeah, that's it for my settings video. Thank y'all for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and let me know if you want to see anything else, any like tips or whatever. And if you have any questions, just ask me down below. I'll catch y'all on the next one.